Hey Virgo rising, welcome to your monthly forecast for January 2025 and Happy New Year. So, major changes occurring that will impact you and your relationships the most, okay? So I'm going to get into it straight away. As soon as we kick off January, your seventh house, which is the area of life that rules over one-to-one relationships, partnerships, marriages, also rules over karmic ties and other people. This area of life is going to be super charged up because the planet of love and relationships, Venus, will move into it. You already have a lot of energy, a lot of activity here because you have Neptune and also Saturn. Saturn has definitely been testing a lot of your relationships. It's been really making you confront some of the issues or challenges, or even making you commit further in certain relationships or partnerships. Now, when Venus moves into this area of life, Venus brings all the joy, happiness, bliss, and romance. But when it's conjunct Saturn, that's when there's a lot of testing the waters, really testing out, have those issues been worked through, or they're still there, do they still exist? Now, not only is Venus going to move into your seventh house, what's really going to push this area of life forward is we're going to have the nodes change signs. On January the 11th, the North Node will move into Pisces, your opposite sign, which means the South Node will move into your first house. Now, this is not the most easiest of transits because the North Node is the energy you're moving forward in. So that is in your opposite sign. Your opposite sign for you is your seventh house. So personal relationships, partnerships, karmic ties, they're going to be going through it again. And yes, Saturn has been making you really push through this area of life and you've had to really figure it out. But this energy is going to continue. Then you have the South Node, which is the energy of the past, what you're extremely used to. It's like your just habitual patterns, what you're so comfortable with is going to be in your first house. But this is a karmic period. And it's really a turning point for you. It's a turning point, and the next 18 months there's going to be a lot of letting go, a lot of releasing, a lot of shedding old parts of you as well. Like, although you've been a certain way for so long, with the South Node in your first house, it's going to be really letting go of the past. This could even be like, if you get really esoteric with it, like really doing like past life healing as well. A lot of stuff, a lot of heaviness, a lot of shadows can come up from the past or just from the subconscious or even the unconscious that you have to navigate through that impact you, your identity, your life path, and also relationships and the people that are the most closest to you, especially when it comes to like a romantic relationship or a marriage or even like a business partnership or just any karmic ties that are really deep-rooted and strong. So the first and seventh house axes are really going to be going through a shakeup where there is a lot to navigate through, and think of it as your higher self wanting you to just cleanse this area of life. Now let's move on to the Cancerian energy, because you've had Mars in Leo retrograde in your 12th house, and it's going to move on January the 6th into Cancer, which means it's going to be impacting your 11th house of friends, groups, communities, and also hopes and wishes for the future. Not only do you have Mars retrograde in your 11th house, which means taking it slow, re-evaluating, reprocessing a lot in this area of life, and really redirecting your energy. There can be some issues that come up with either friends, groups, people. This could also be just a seventh house playing up as well, which is connected to other people. And also when it comes to like your hopes and wishes and your visions for the future. We're also going to have a full moon occur on January the 13th in your 11th house. And it's a very intense full moon because it's going to be conjunct Mars and opposite Pluto. So this is a time where you can definitely feel very triggered by friends or the people you're around, or there can be like some drama. And I know you're not about the drama, you're an earth sign, but this is when a lot of feathers can be ruffled. This is when, emotions are at their highest. This is when they are a little chaotic as well. You can get into an ego battle or power struggle with other people, so that's something to be mindful of. And for you, it's also about balancing out your creativity, what you do for pleasure, how you give back to yourself, how you really connect with your inner child as well. Like, that's a major theme for this full moon in Cancer as well. So look at where that falls in your chart. That's going to be at 24 degrees. Now let's move on to Mercury, because Mercury is flying by this month. It's going to move into Capricorn on January the 8th, and it will be in your 5th house. So again, this is really navigating and using your mental energy when it comes to creativity, when it comes to doing things that your inner child enjoys, when it comes to leisure. This could also have to do with relationships as well, because the 5th house rules over romantic relationships. So there can be a lot of activity in those areas. Now, on January the 27th, Mercury moves into Aquarius, moving into your 6th house, joining the Sun and Pluto. The Sun will move into your 6th house on January the 19th. So there's a lot of light. Even though Pluto is there with the darkness, there's still a lot of light, a lot of energy, a lot of activity in your 6th house, which is about taking care of yourself. It's about your daily life and habits and routine, how you take care of your mind, body, soul, and spirit. I mean, it's the 6th house. It's your area of life. This also has to do with work, but there may be some intensity to it that you're not really familiar with, and that's because Pluto is in the 6th house, because you are an earth sign, so you're very cool, calm, and collected. But when Pluto is in your 6th house and the Sun and Mercury will be there, like, your energy is going to be more intense. And it's not something you're probably used to, because you're an earth sign, but it's something that is really gonna make you see things through like an X-ray vision, or just your life force, your energy is just gonna be so much more potent. And even just like how you think and how you work out things through your mind is gonna be super laser sharp. So that is a positive, but there is a lot of energy regarding your mind, body, soul, and spirit. Now let's move on to the new moon, because that's also going to occur in your 6th house. Now this is a really positive new moon because it's making a beautiful trine with Jupiter, and I really like this new moon, and it's going to be in your 6th house, and Jupiter is currently in your 10th house, so you definitely can expect a lot of positive changes when it comes to your work. I mean, both your 6th and 10th house, the work houses, will be activated. Jupiter in your 10th house really expanding you in this area of life, and the new moon in the 6th house, you can definitely expect something positive to occur. So that is looking really good for you. And last but not least, Uranus in Taurus is going to go direct on January the 30th in your 9th house. So this area of life, travel, higher learning, education, is going to be moving forward. And it's going to be moving into your 10th house soon. It will change signs this year. It will move back into your 9th house due to retrograde season, but nonetheless, we are moving forward. So that's something really exciting on the way, and I can't wait to talk about that more for you. So Virgo rising, have an incredible month ahead, and I will catch you very soon. Lots of love.